Welcome to Houston Sports Show, brought to you by Smile, Texas, because experience matters. Here are your hosts, Rachel Von Oranje and Barry Laminack.
What's up, Houston? Welcome in to Houston Sports Show. Every Saturday night, we are so happy to be with you. Devin Amodio, our beloved intern, he is filling in tonight. You're doing a wonderful, well, not doing, but I think you're going to do a wonderful job. How are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling great. It's great to be here. I know you guys missed me last week, of course.
We always miss your presence, Devin. Yeah. So, Houston Sports Show viewers out there, not sure if you know this or not, but me, Jerome, and Holly, who you've seen on the show recently, we do a radio show on ESPN 97.5, and I got to break it to you. This Sunday, we're going to break all the ratings, okay? Because Holly lost a bet on the AFC Championship game, and now Holly has to do the show in a bikini. What do you think about this? You ever made a bad bet?
I mean, first and foremost, I've got to ask, how did you let her do this to herself? You guys are best friends, aren't you? The juice, did you not give her any insight there?
No, I didn't. Because to be perfectly honest with you, Devin, she just signed up for it. She wrote the check unsolicited. Nobody asked for the check. She just said, if the Bengals go to the Super Bowl, I'll do next week's show in a bikini. And lo and behold, the Bengals, much to everyone's surprise, they're here. So thanks on behalf of the city of Houston, Joe Burrow and Coach Taylor. Thank you, I think. So I think our ratings are going to be through the roof.
Thank you for your service. Indeed. I'm getting my keyboards ready to protect the comment sections.
Yeah, you got to go watch on that Twitch. Got to go. Now, speaking of bets, Devin.
Okay.
Mattress Mack, right? Every Super Bowl, every championship game, basically, you know he's going to do it. It's a whole thing now. It's national news. Guess what? He also has placed a bet on the Bengals, $4.5 million. Mattress Mack has laid down on the Bengals to win it all. Now, if you had Mattress Mack money, would you bet on the Bengals to win it all?
Honestly, no. I think the Rams are kind of like the Golden State Warriors of the NFL right now, and that would be my safe bet. Did a private league with my buddies on Madden. I took the Rams all the way to the Super Bowl, baby. So Rams. I can't say in 6 because it's not basketball, but Rams.
Rams in 6. I love that, Devin. All right, so a lot of bets here, a lot of questions that I've kind of opened the show with for you. So Lauren's about to ask us some questions with real or fake. Let's get into it.
It's time for Real or Fake.
They're real and they're spectacular.
Brought to you by Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
And into the latest NFL news, Brian Flores said Miami Dolphins owner Stephen Ross offered him $100,000 for each game he lost in 2019. Hue Jackson also said he was offered money by the Cleveland Browns to tank. So, real or fake, Rachel? Cal McNair refuses to pay bonuses for losses because that's what the regular salary is for.
Okay, all right. Man, the city has been so negative about the Texans, and deservedly so, but geez, when do we stop? With that being said, real, that's absolutely what you're being paid. I mean, just ask David Coley. He was literally not hired to win. He was hired as a stopgap. He was hired to basically just kind of be a placeholder until they get a quarterback and the coach that they really want. So yeah, he got paid a lot of money. He's still going to get paid, along with Brian Gang and Bill O'Brien. They all still getting paid by the Texans too. So what? Lose.
They're saying this is a league-wide problem. I think we need to dive into Jacksonville's reports for the past 5-10 years and see what's going on there, because there got to be some big bonuses being paid out to that coach.
Urban Meyer, man, got paid a lot of money.
Good old Urban Meyer.
Give me one of those jobs.
Right? You go out to the bar and
already got a new coach in Jacksonville. All right, on to the next one. The Cincinnati Bengals went from winning 4 games last year to playing in the Super Bowl this year, of course. So real or fake, Devin? The Texans, who won 4 games this year, will go back to the Super Bowl, not even back, go to the Super Bowl in 2023.
I think we're going to the...
Bye. Bye.
I'm sorry, Lord. I was trying to be hopeful, I'm trying to be optimistic, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, I think this Deshaun Watson situation is just going to continue to spiral out of hand and nuclear meltdown everything.
What does Deshaun Watson have to do with anything right now?
That's the quarterback that would give you the best chance to get to one. I mean, what are you going to do? Go
when
get
he's
Aaron
not
Rodgers?
in a massage parlor.
Lauren's coming out hot.
Sorry, shots fired.
Shots fired. Pew, pew. I love it. I love the spicy Lauren.
All right, let's keep it rolling. NBC Universal has sold out of Super Bowl ads across all its platforms. Companies are paying a record $7 million for a 30-second spot. Crazy. So real or fake, Devin? A Super Bowl ad is a better bargain than a $55 million price tag to travel to a space station.
I mean, I gotta say, first, I would love to pay a lot of money to go to space station. I've always wanted to go to space, but I need to understand if that rocket in the $55 million case, is that rocket just putting the tip into space, or is it actually going the whole way in? Rachel?
Devin, since when does it matter? As long as you get your rocket into space, doesn't matter if it's just the tip or all the way in. It doesn't matter, still went to space.
Is that a job well done?
That's a job. It's a job.
I mean,
know if it's well done.
Jeff Bezos, please take me to space with you, but I think that the return on $7 million on a Super Bowl ad probably could take you farther than just the tip or to a space station.
So Devin, you're saying just the tip and you want to go with Jeff Bezos. Got it. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Wow.
The Winter Olympics are underway, so real or fake? Just a simple question. Do you care? Both of you.
No. I really hope that we don't air the Olympics on this station. I'm pretty sure we don't because I don't want to get in trouble with nobody, but no. The answer is no.
Why?
I don't care. Like, I understand that, like, back in the 70s, or back in the glory days, like, people cared about the Olympics, but there's a lot of stuff people did back then that isn't done today. And for my generation, you're younger than me, Devin, so your generation as well. Is this appointment TV for you? Did you even know that the Olympics, like, opening ceremony was Friday night?
Okay, to be fair, I didn't, but it's the Winter Olympics.
Where's the Olympics being held?
In China.
Okay,
Somewhere.
and who told you that earlier today?
Not you.
Yeah, it was me. He didn't know. So don't sit here and lie to the people and act like you care.
But now that I know, just like the majority of the United States, once we know the Olympics are going on, then we do feel inclined to show our patriotism and show out for our team.
Okay.
Unlike some people.
Okay, all right, sure.
Yes, I
Yeah.
care, Rachel.
Oh, my bad, Lori. What's your favorite Olympic winter sport?
Ice skating.
Okay. Go USA.
They're not even competing, Rachel.
Oh,
They're protesting Russia. Look at that. I mean, you're
Whatever.
trying to come at me, and you were
They're
trying to come at me.
protesting and she's protesting the Olympics.
go team.
I protest Rachel.
Go
No,
team.
I'm done.
Bye, Felicia.
Same.
Stick around for more Houston Sports Show. When we come back, we'll have Larry Bamanak giving you 2 to 3 minutes of the best comedy in sports. Then we'll check out what's going on in the viral world of sports. Stick around.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse, is a one-of-a-kind experience offering contemporary dining with traditional robatayaki cooking techniques. Roka Accor serves only the highest quality of prime-cut steaks and Japanese wagyu, seafood and vegetables with Japanese-inspired marinades and sauces, all prepared on a robata grill over mesquite charcoal. Welcome to Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
At Big Star Cadillac, enjoy just $1 down or 1.9% for 72 months on all new 2021 and 2022 Cadillacs, like the new 2022 XT4 Luxury Collection for only $529 a month for 39-month lease with just $1 down. Looking for an Escalade? Big Star Cadillac has 2022 Escalades arriving daily. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
Now it is time for Barry on Sports, and Barry's actually out of town now in El Paso doing a comedy show. Wait, no, Barry's in county jail? Okay, well, we have someone subbing in for him, and that is Devin Amodio, or should I just say Larry? Let's send it over to our sports desk for what didn't happen in sports this week.
Now it's time for Barry on Sports with Barry Laminack.
I'm Larry Bamanak, and this isn't what happened in sports this week. Let's start in the NFL, where the Bengals upset the Chiefs last week, which was great news for fans sitting under Brittany Matthews' skybox. Before the game, the Chiefs released cornerback Damon Arnett after he was arrested for threatening a valet with a gun. It's the first time all season that he's been called for targeting. When asked what kind of a quarterback he would want to replace Ben Roethlisberger, Steelers owner Art Rooney said he wanted a mobile passer with a good arm who understood the definition of the word consensual, aka not Deshaun Watson. At long last, Washington officially announced that their football team will be called the Washington Commanders, but only because the Vikings were taken. The only people who liked the new name were all the animals that wouldn't have to be associated with them anymore. I'm surprised they went with the Commanders, because you know how much Dan Snyder prefers privates. Brian Flores has sued the NFL and the New York Giants after he got an accidental text message from Bill Belichick of the Patriots that revealed the Giants had already made a decision on the head coaching job before Flores was even interviewed. Belichick apologized and said he only meant to send Flores nudes. Look at these two guys. This is why you have to put profile pictures in your contacts, people. In other sports news, there's nothing on the page. LeBron James had to leave the Lakers on the road and return to LA for treatment of his swelling in his right knee. I'm not sure what's falling apart faster, LeBron's body or the Lakers. In soccer news, the U.S. men's team lost 2-0 to Canada in World Cup qualifying match. Despite the loss, United States coach said the U.S. team was dominant, unquote. In related news, Greg Berhalter doesn't know the definition of dominant. Florida football fans are reportedly upset about the Gators and the Seminoles game moving from the Saturday after Thanksgiving to Black Friday. On the bright side, with all Florida fans watching the game, it should be much less crowded in Walmart. LSU head coach Brian Kelly was seen dancing to rap music in a new recruiting video. Check this out. Oh, he's rapping under the name Bust a Hip. In his next video, he'll try to convince current players not to leave. Worse yet, the recruit he's currently dancing with in this video actually ended up signing with Alabama. Nick Saban doesn't dance, he wins. And finally, Tom Brady announced this week that he will be retiring from football after 22 years in the NFL. That's longer than I've been alive. And after 2 years, Bucs fans are retiring from their season tickets. Brady said he enjoyed the game of football, but now just wants to live the ordinary life of a multi-millionaire father that is married to a supermodel. A lot has changed in 22 years. The iPhone, cryptocurrency, that. Okay, well, maybe not so much. I'm not Barry Laminack, and that's not what happened in sports this week. What is even ever on this paper, Barry?
If it's hot and happening, it's viralicious.
Welcome into Viralicious. We're starting it off with a slam dunk, or should I say, face slam. Okay, we're talking college hoops, Kansas, Kentucky, coming out of the tunnel, and ouch, boom, right in the face. I mean, ow, has this ever happened to you before?
It has not, but...
You're a tall guy.
True that, but I mean, talk about coming out of the gates with a bang, right? I mean, I'm a tall guy, always looking to duck, but you almost killed 6 people there. That's lethal.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, look at this right here. I mean, I'm just paying attention to the other side of the screen where Kentucky is, and the guy goes, do-do-do-do, like, he sees the face slam happen, and then he just continues like, oh, let me keep banging, keep going, like, no remorse, no sympathy. It is what it is, college students, right?
Right, I mean, I love, this is an intense basketball game too. You have Kentucky and Kansas, 2 historic college basketball franchises, and I mean, I'm sure they want to be getting their head in the game a different way. Not like that.
Get your head in the game.
Next from Viralicious here, we've got Sam Hubbard, defensive end for the Cincinnati Bengals, saying that the team will be taking the win in the Super Bowl for Harambe!
I love it. Wait, you sound like you're Harambe right now.
Indeed, this takes me back to 2016, my glory golden days of high school when everything was for Harambe. I mean, they innocently killed this poor gorilla in the Cincinnati Zoo back in 2016. I mean,
2016 high school, you make me feel so old. But alongside that, I feel so bad for that animal. I am not about animal, like, I love animals. Did not support that decision at all. So yes, do it for the monkey, but then again, what about the Bengals? Not doing it for the Bengals?
I mean, you could do it for the Bengals, but I mean, it's an almost extinct animal, you know? So it's like...
It's your mascot.
It is their mascot, but like, still, Harambe is like the city mascot. Harambe is like the icon. He's like the, I don't know if we have something similar here in Houston, but he's like that dog at A&M that goes to class. And it's like,
Revelry?
Yes. That's how important it is. I do, but like, I still know about the dog who's named after an alarm clock in French.
What?
That's what that means in French.
Okay, go Bengals, win for the monkey.
Go Bengals, go Harambe!
Stay right there as we have a very interesting discussion on Brian Flores suing the NFL. We had the experts come in from the Cox Pradia law firm to discuss the legal matters.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Big Star Cadillac.
Find your next luxury pre-owned vehicle at Big Star Cadillac. Experience a fine collection of low-mileage, late-model vehicles of all makes at Big Star Cadillac. Buy with the confidence of a thorough inspection, meticulous reconditioning, and certification process. Plus, Big Star Cadillac wants to pay you top dollar for your car today. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Pradia Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Now we welcome in Troy Pradia and Jonathan Cox of the Cox Pradia law firm to discuss the Brian Flores suing of the NFL due to the discrimination process, in the hiring process rather. Now Troy, let's get into this and what it really means, because Brian Flores, former Miami Dolphins head coach, is suing 3 different teams. It's a class action lawsuit, but he's the only one involved. What exactly does that mean?
Well, Mr. Flores will be considered the leader of the class, and he's going to try to get other coaches of African American descent or Hispanic or whatever to join in the lawsuit, and then the judge has to certify the class. And so right now he's the leader of the class, but he's going to try to get other people to join in the suit.
And now, Jonathan, whenever you're looking at this whole hiring process, it seems like it can be very subjective. What classifies as discrimination?
Well, in this particular instance, I think what Mr. Flores is referring to is the NFL has a policy, and that policy is called the Rooney Rule, wherein African American or minority candidates are to be a part of the hiring process. And in this particular situation, according to the text messages that he received, it seems like that process was not followed, and that Mr. Flores, his interview that was coming up was going to be a sham, because the text that he received from Bill Belichick made it seem as if the decision had already been made before he was able to be interviewed.
How does this look moving forward for Brian Flores? He was a finalist for the Houston Texans head coaching job and also the New Orleans Saints. Does this hurt him or help him moving forward?
I think time will tell. I mean, I think that if these teams that are left to have opening positions, head coach positions still open, if they do it on the merits, he may get a job. But I think that the concern is, because he brought this lawsuit, that most teams don't want to touch him, and so we have to wait and see. We here in Houston, we have a job opening, so we have to wait and see what the owners do.
No matter what happens for this whole case, the NFL still has a big problem, because it's been out there for years and years, and the NFL has never really addressed it. And I think that Brian Flores is going to be the winner, I think, out of this whole process, because it took someone like him to kind of put themselves out there, and somebody should have did this years ago.
I think that the only way to change it is to make changes in the process, and I think that the lawsuit is asking for that, and I think that that's the only way you're really going to see a real change.
Well, we'll see if changes come, or how it all unfolds. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us great insight to this entire case.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now it's time for The Juice with Game Day OJ, aka Put Your Money Where Rachel's Mouth Is.
Welcome into The Juice. It's the greatest 3 minutes of sports betting talk you'll ever see on this TV show. Okay, anyways, let's talk about the greatest time of the year to bet on sports. That's the Super Bowl, duh. And don't worry, we're gonna get into the spread, line, player props, all that good stuff next week. But tonight, we're gonna talk about the fun, funny, and sometimes just weird props that the books put out just for this game. In full disclosure here, I'm not going to mention where I found these props because as of right now, this segment is not sponsored by any of the sports books, and I'm not about to give them free pub. If you want them, go find them. They're out there, I promise you. This is the juice. All right, so let's start with something sportsy, right? Will a non-quarterback throw a touchdown? No is the favorite here at -600, but you know what? -600? That's not fun. Yes at +375? Now that's fun. Could it happen? Sure, yeah. I mean, anything could happen, right? Just ask Odell Beckham. He's no stranger to strange things, you know what I mean? And he's also no stranger to throwing a touchdown pass. In 2018, he threw 2 in one season. All right, so if you like that bet, you might like this one. It's, will there be a flea flicker in this game? Now, Zach Taylor, he's run a flea flicker in the past, including a fake one that got a lot of hype earlier this season. And we just witnessed Sean McVay call one in last week's NFC title game. Okay, so Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Dr. Dre, and who else? Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg. This halftime show is gonna be lit. But how lit? You picking up what I'm putting down? Hey, Vegas is the one asking the question, y'all, not me. The prop is, will Snoop smoke weed on stage? Yeah, this is a real bet. And I was honestly surprised to see that no is the favorite here. I mean, let's look at all the facts here. First of all, Snoop, he gives zero you-know-whats, okay? This man once swapped out Matthew McConaughey's fake prop weed with real weed on a movie set without his knowledge. Plus, Snoop, he hangs out with OG prisoners, like Martha Stewart. Yeah, you thought I was talking about somebody else. No, OG Martha Stewart. You think he cares what the NFL says? They aren't paying him anyways. And what can they really do? Because the last I checked, the Super Bowl's in LA, and weed is legal there. I may have to sprinkle a little bit of my own green on this prop. I'm talking about money, fool. Try to keep up. Keep up. All right, this has been the juice. Hey, stay right there. We're not done yet. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show, have some laughs. Stay with us.
If you think Houston's sports show is fun on TV, wait until you hear it on the radio. Join us every Sunday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on ESPN 97.5.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cox Pradia. Limits? We have none.
Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse, is a one-of-a-kind experience offering contemporary dining with traditional robatayaki cooking techniques. Roka Accor serves only the highest quality of prime-cut steaks and Japanese wagyu, seafood and vegetables with Japanese-inspired marinades and sauces, all prepared on a robata grill over mesquite charcoal. Welcome to Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Pradia Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Hey everybody, Devin, thank you so much. That wraps up tonight's episode. And man, you know what they say?
What's that?
When football season ends, what do people always say?
I don't know. What do they say?
They say basketball season begins. So Devin, have you been paying attention? You've been keeping up to basketball? Keeping up with the Cougs? Keeping up with the Rockets?
Rachel,
don't lie.
Basketball started back in October.
I think you're lying.
I'm not lying to you. There have been so many great highlights and so many heated and tense moments throughout the season. It's been awesome. What have you been missing out on? Everything?
What? I feel like I stay much more in tune with these things than you do, Devin. And your alma mater, we're talking about the Houston Cougs, my alma mater. Go Cougs! Because they are the only basketball team that has a chance of really winning championship this year. I know you're not talking about your Rice Owls.
I never wagered such a statement. Nope, I never said anything about my Owls.
That's what I thought. Go Cougs! Yes! Go Cougs! All right, guys, thank you so much for paying attention. Devin, nobody wants to hear about the Rice Owls. Thank you so much. We are here every Saturday night, 10 p.m., Houston Sports Show. See you next week.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Smile Texas. because experience matters.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Find your next luxury pre-owned vehicle at Big Star Cadillac. Experience a fine collection of low-mileage, late-model vehicles of all makes at Big Star Cadillac. Buy with the confidence of a thorough inspection, meticulous reconditioning, and certification process. Plus, Big Star Cadillac wants to pay you top dollar for your car today. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.